Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Tristan Parker here, and today I'm showing you how to create an online food ordering website. Once you've finished here, your visitors are going to be able to place an order online. You will then have the option to accept that order, or you can even decline it. You can also set times for when you deliver or when people are able to come and pick up their order. Plus you can set delivery zones and pricing depending on where you are located. Now guys, this might sound like a lot, but trust me, it's really easy. I'm going to run you through this step by step using WordPress, and it's going to take no time at all. Now guys, I want you to drop me a comment below if you are someone who is looking to implement an online ordering system to either your own website or a customer or client's website. Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know how many of you are actually needing to do this at the moment. Now I'm really excited to share this with you guys, because if you are, let's say, a restaurant who is looking to allow customers to place orders online and request home delivery, you're going to find this really useful. Also, if you're a web designer or even a WordPress developer who have a couple of clients who are looking to allow their customers to place orders online and offer online delivery, you're going to find this super beneficial. And guys, you can actually charge pretty good money for setting up online ordering websites for those who need it. Now we're going to do all of this with one single plugin. I'm going to show it you in a second, so I recommend grabbing a coffee and let's jump onto the computer. Alright, so guys, here we are. We have a homepage which is a restaurant related template that I've just thrown onto the website. We are here in Elementor as well, and basically what we're going to be doing is turning this order online button into functional button that loads the takeaway menu, so people or customers can go and order some food from your website. First things first is we need to come out of this area. Cool, so here we are at plugins. So we are relying on a plugin today to give us this online food ordering functionality. So we want to head up to new and then just go straight over to the search bar and search for Gloria. Alright, so Gloria didn't bring back the right results, so we just need to add food. Great, and here we are. It's this one here by Gloria Food called Restaurant Menu Food Ordering System Table Reservations. So let's just install that one now, then activate. Awesome, now that's installed, you'll see that we have this menu ordering reservation system up on the top left hand side. So let's just hit the menu item here. So now what we need to do is we actually need to register an account with this. Alright, so once you've got your information in, just hit sign up. Great, and we've got a couple of options here that we need to run through, a little bit of housekeeping. We've got set up your restaurant profile, then we can insert the menu, and then step 3 is publishing it on our site. So we're going to start with step 1 and just hit get started. And this is then going to take us to the Gloria Food website. So it's going to open up in a new tab, but that's absolutely fine. Okay, so from here we have a fair bit of information that we need to input, and it kind of depends on how much information you want to give. The more information and the steps that you complete here, the more capable this system becomes. So I recommend just taking a little bit of time and putting your information in as correctly as you possibly can. So obviously this is just a demo, so I'm just going to make up an address and some contact details here. Alright, completely made up. Click next. Now you have the option to let your customers know exactly where you're located. Assuming you have a physical location, I don't see the harm in letting people know where you are located. So depending on where you are on the map, make sure your pin is accurate. You can click and drag it, drop it where you are located, and then just hit next. Do you have a restaurant website? Yes, we do. We're on it right now. Now, because we're on a test site, I'm not actually using a physical domain name for this demo. So this isn't going to work for me, so I'm just going to hit no. But I definitely recommend that you hit yes and put your domain name in. Excellent, so now we've hit the step where we define what type of cuisine or food, beverages that you serve at your restaurant. So let's just choose a couple of these. Let's just go burger, pizza, and coffee. Everyone loves coffee. Cool, so you'll see here we just need to validate the email. Alright, so you will receive an email to the email address that you've put in. Make sure you go and check your inbox, check your junk, validate the email. It's going to open the validation up into a new window. You close it, and then you come back here and it's automatically registered it as validated. So let's move on. Cool, so now we can choose whether we will allow people to come and pick the food up from the restaurant, or otherwise you would have home delivery, which will be the next step. So do you offer pickup from your location? We're just going to go yes. Do you offer food delivery? Yep, of course we do. Click yes. Alright, so one thing that's awesome about this plugin is we can set delivery zones and pricing based on how far you deliver in your local area. So what we're going to do is we are just going to add a zone. We're just going to click got it for now. And you can see that it's drawn a circle on the map around our physical location. Now you can click and you can drag to make this larger, like so. And over on the right hand side you can give it a name. So let's just put zone 1. And you can put in an amount that they need to order as a minimum, so minimum spend amount. So we could put £10 and you can charge a delivery fee. So we could say £5 and then we can click save. Now if we add another zone, you can see that it's going to draw an extra circle around our initial zone 1. And what we can do is we can define a second area and say, again, give them a minimum spend amount. So we could say £10, but because they have to travel further within this zone, we can have the delivery slightly more expensive at £8. And you can click save. So you can build up circular zones, which is great. Now, if you do only deliver within a certain radius that isn't circular, you can draw your own zone. So if we add another zone here and click shape, we can then start by clicking on the map. So let's say we also wanted to service this area here, like so. Again, give this a zone, so we could just call this east side, for example. This time they need to spend £20 and the delivery fee is £10. I know that's extortionate, but this is just a demo. Hit save, and there we go. It's easy as that to define delivery zones. So what will happen is the user who is ordering with you will have to put their address in if they want home delivery, and if it doesn't fall within this section within the maps, then they are not going to be allowed to have their food delivered to them. So it's a really awesome platform and very intuitive. So now moving on, we're just going to hit next. Now we've set up our delivery zones. Cool, so this app also handles accepting table reservations. So if you want people to be able to book a table with your restaurant. Now the focus of this tutorial is to show you how to set up an online food ordering system. So we're just going to skip this section, we're going to hit no and then go to the next step. Now this section is really interesting in that you can order ahead if there is a table reservation. So if, for example, you want someone to book a table, they can also place their order ahead of time before they arrive, and then obviously the service is a bit quicker. So a real nice feature if you are allowing people to book tables. But this is online ordering only, so we're going to hit no. Then we're going to hit next. Awesome, so now for the important part, we need to define what our opening hours are. So if we just click add hours, we can choose the days that we're open. So let's say, for example, we're open every weekday and we're open between 10 and 8 PM. Now obviously change these times to the times that you're open, and yeah, we can just quickly hit save. Once they're added, we can either add special days such as bank holidays or public holidays, and you can select when you'd like services to be paused. So what we're going to do now is hit next. Great, so now you have the option to choose whether you would like to accept orders for later. So when someone is placing an order with you, you can get them to specify a time that they would like the order ready. So let's say they wanted to order their lunch during the morning and they wanted to collect it at midday, they would be able to do that. Now all you need to do is click yes, run through the settings and say, okay, I will allow people to order up to 60 minutes in advance. So that's orders at a minimum of 60 minutes. So they need to give at least 60 minutes notice, but they can't order in advance any more than 4 days time. So I couldn't order from today, I couldn't place an order for 4 days time. And then just run through the other settings that are appropriate to you, and once you're ready, you can just hit next. Awesome, some more boring stuff that needs to be taken care of during this process. So I did warn you guys, there's quite a bit here, but we're just trying to get through it as quickly as possible and hopefully give you a guide on how you can go about setting this up yourselves. So decide whether your menu already includes taxes, explain what the tax is, I will leave all of this stuff to you guys. This is more cost-based business information that is going to be relevant to your business alone. So once you've handled this section and it's all set up correctly for your business, we're just going to move on to the next step. Awesome. So now we can define our payment methods. So we can decide whether people pay cash upon the delivery, so when the food is ordered, or if they are picking up from you, you can obviously pay cash as well. Now, this app does allow you to have card payments as well, which is great. And if we select this as a yes for now and move to the next step, you're then going to have to put in your company's official details. So next step is basically saying that we need to have policies. So if you have a privacy policy and terms and conditions and things like that, just make sure that's on your website. Right, so the next step is basically telling us to install the app on our phone. So the way the app is going to communicate to you is via your mobile phone. So anytime anyone places an order, it gets sent through to your mobile device. So it could either be your mobile phone or your tablet. You are able to get the application on each. It's up to you which one you want to choose, but you need to have some device that it can send the orders through that you can approve and accept them. So from here, let's just hit next. Cool, so as I mentioned, smartphone or tablet. What you want to do is put your phone number in, or you can choose to be contacted via email, and it's just going to send you a link so you can directly go and download the app. Cool, and once it's sent this SMS, grab your phone, install the app, and move on. So you can see here that I've managed to connect my phone for this demo. Once it's happy and you've got this nice green tick, we can move on to the next step. So what this does is, if you're not getting push notifications, you can receive an automated call to say that someone's placed an order. So up to you which way you want to handle it. Very useful if you don't stare at your phone and it's not on loud, maybe it's on vibrate and you're not seeing the notifications come through. A call is going to be super useful. So if that's the case, just put your phone number in and it's going to play this sound here. I'm not going to play it now, but you guys can play that. And once you're happy, hit next. All right, and we are done. You can see that we've been sent back to the first step here. Once we're happy, we can leave the setup process and open into a new tab, and we can return to our WordPress website. Awesome, so that was us covering step one. Now, realize there's quite a few steps there, so be patient with it and fill it out as thoroughly as you possibly can. And now we get to the fun part where we get to insert menu items or food into our menu to show on our website. So let's go to insert the menu. Again, it's going to load it into a new tab, but this time it's going to focus on adding food. All right, here we are, and you're going to be given an information window that's just runs you through the steps. So this is useful, but obviously this tutorial is also going to be useful because you're going to see me doing it live step by step. So we're just going to blast through these now. Okay, cool. So here we have it. You will see there are top level items that we have within our menu. So we've got a category of pizza, and then inside here we have pizza margherita, and we also have pizza prosciutto. I've never heard of that. Also, as you can tell, I don't know how to pronounce it. If you know what that is, drop me a comment down below. We've also got pasta, which is a couple items in here, and we have got drinks. So let's run through this now. So you'll see here within pizza, we've got the option to edit. So you can edit the name, you can give it some subtext or information, which as you can see is what is appearing underneath here. So basically explaining what the pizza is, and then you have sizing options. So if you want to add an extra size, we can hit the size button here and it's going to give us an extra size. So if we just go like extra large, for example, and then this one is £15, and just hit save, it is going to give us the option of having the extra large pizza. Now you'll see that these two have the extra toppings for extra toppings small and extra toppings large, and as I'm hovering over here, you'll see that they are also appearing green on the right hand side in our menu. So let's just click on this and see what's in here. We've got corn and extra mozzarella. Again, corn and extra mozzarella. So let's say we're using pizza as an example here. You can add more toppings. So let's say we wanted to add bacon, and the price of that was 99 pence or cents if you're in America. and then we're going to hit save. Now you can see that within the extra toppings small pizza we have bacon. So bacon's going to appear as an option within here, but it won't appear as an option in the large, so we'd have to add it to that as well, like so. Let's say you wanted to add an entire new group, so let's just go with extra toppings for extra large. Click and add enter. We're just going to clear this out of the way, and then you can click and add pizza toppings. So corn 1.50, extra mozzarella, let's go 2, and so on and so on. Now what we need to do is we need to click and you drag it onto the item that you want it to be applied to, like so. So you can now see that the extra large toppings are applied to the extra large pizza, and you can go and create as many choices in here as you would like. So another example would be, let's say you have coffee. You might have multiple sizes here, such as small, medium and large. But let's also say that you want to have different types of milk in here. So we can add a group and put milk options. Okay, so we could click and add a milk site, so we could have cow's milk, and we're going to put 0 in here because we're not going to charge any extra for the choice of milk. So if they want to choose cow's milk, we're not going to charge them more. If you don't want to charge them more for a specific option, you put the additional cost of 0. So this is how much extra it's going to add on to this current price. So let's say we have soya milk. This one is an extra 20 pence, and almond milk is an extra 50 pence, like so. So what we're going to do is we're going to click and drag our milk options. Now we can either apply it to each individual size, or what we can do is we can apply it to all sizes, like so. Now let's say for example you wanted to delete or remove an item. You have the option to click and remove it, or what you can also do is click options and you can tell it to hide from the menu. So let's say for example there was an option that you didn't want to display at the moment. You didn't want anyone to order it, but you didn't want to delete it from the menu, because that would mean when you do want it in the menu again, you would have to recreate it. So we can just hide it, which is a great way to just show and hide elements within the menu. You can tell it to hide up until a specific point, so maybe something is seasonal, so you can put show and hide from. Another thing that's going to be super useful for you is, let's say you have menu items that are to be labeled as a specific type. For example, maybe this pizza is hot, maybe it's a vegetarian one, or vegan, gluten-free, etc, etc. You can add little labels to these. So we're just going to apply this pizza margarita as maybe not hot, but let's go with vegetarian, and it's gluten-free. Now another option is, back when we set up the shop and we defined taxation categories, maybe you've got a few taxation categories within your store, you can define what taxation category should be used for this individual product. Now ours are global at the moment, we're just using food, so that's what it's selecting as default. So you can see that you've got quite a lot of flexibility with setting your menu up here. And once we're ready and we're happy with it, we can come up here and click preview and test ordering. Okay, so here we are, and you'll notice that we've got this closed notification here, and that's what customers will see if you are closed. Now you'll remember that we only set our days of operation to be weekdays. Today is actually a Sunday when I'm recording this, so it's being notified, it's flagging that we are currently closed. So super useful for people that are visiting the site on the days that you're closed. We've got this nice strong notification to say that you're not actually open at the moment. Now another couple of things that you'll notice is we have a photo up here, and we've got photography on the right hand side of each of our menu categories. So let me just quickly show you how you can go about changing these. So let's close our menu here using this button. And if we hover over the picture on the left hand side for each of our pizza and pasta and drinks, you can click that. You're going to see a window of the picture, but if you want to upload your own images, just hit this tab here, and you can drag in whatever images that you want to display for your food option category. Likewise, the main picture at the top, if you check this theme picture button, so you're going to be able to change the theme picture by again clicking change theme picture. I have my own better picture, and what you can do is for each one of the formats you can view what that looks like. So we've got a web ordering menu, which is probably a slightly different dimension. So just go through and preview what these photos currently look like. And what you can do is just click the change button, and again you can drag and change that picture to make it fully customizable to your own restaurant. So close that. Let's head back to preview and testing order. So this is exactly what the customer is going to see when they hit that order now button on your website. So they're going to be able to select what pizza, pasta or drink or whatever food menu item you have in your restaurant. So a couple of things to note here. We've got the price. We've also got those vegetarian and gluten-free badges because we selected the gluten-free option for this margherita pizza. So we can click inside here, and this is where we're going to be able to select what size we want. And you'll see that if we select large, it's increased it by £2. And you'll notice that our extra toppings large section is displaying underneath. So if we select corn, that's going to add an extra £1.20 to the price. If we add bacon, it's going to bring that price even more. And if we click extra large, we'll be given the larger option, so we can add corn and extra mozzarella. Again, it's going to up the price. You can define how many pizzas you want to order. You can define some special instructions for the restaurant or chef, and then once the customer's ready, they just hit add to cart like so. Then once we are good to go, they would hit the cart menu at the top where it's got a badge, fill in their information. Awesome. So you'll notice that the address that I've used here is outside of the delivery circumference that we defined within the map. So what we can do is you can allow the customer to switch to pickup if you want them to come and pick the item up. If you choose continue, it will just notify them to say that there is a minimum order of £20 and a delivery fee of £10 was added to the location, etc, etc. What you need to do is add an extra £1.50 to the cart so we can meet that minimum order value. So let's just add a coffee, add that to cart. We need to select small. Go back to the cart. You'll see that we've hit that minimum order value now. The delivery fee is included in that. What we need to do now is to select a payment method. We're just going to select cash, or you can choose card. And then once we're ready, we can place the order now. Cool. So you'll see that there's an option here to say your order was placed but not yet accepted. So if I just go into the restaurant app now, so opening up the app, you can see under my orders there is a pending order. So let's click that. You can check the order over, check where it's coming from, and then we can just hit accept, and that order is now confirmed. Alright, so once you've put your menu together, we need to head back to our WordPress website now. So now this brings us to the third and final step, and that is publishing this onto our website. So what we want to do is hit the publish button. Cool, so what it's going to give us here is it's going to give us two button options, one for the menu, one for the table reservation, so people can book a table. Now we haven't done this section within this tutorial, so this is the one that we are working with. So you'll see that it's given us a piece of what's called shortcode, which we can just copy and paste into WordPress, and it's going to form this button, and it's going to look exactly like this. So that's the only negative side to this, is there's not too much flexibility with how the buttons look, but what you can do is customize them. Okay, and we've got a couple of options here, so let's just change this to order now. So this is going to change the text on our button. You can change the text color, you can change the font to some predefined fonts, so I'd probably recommend just flicking through this list and choosing a font that closely matches your website font. You can change the size of the text in the button, so we could just change that down to 16 for example, and it's going to make it slightly smaller. It's up to you, go up or down in size. I wouldn't go any lower than 14 pixels, wouldn't really go any higher than 22, but it is your website, it is totally up to you. You can choose whether you want the font bold or not. I would go with yes because it makes it more impactful. Now here's the key part, is you can change the background color to match your call to action button or the call to action color that's used throughout the rest of your site. You can put the hex code in if you know what that is, or you can just choose a color from the color map here. Now I'm just going to go with a sort of wine red. I think that will match the theme that we're currently using. So we're happy, hit save. Great, and what we need to do is copy this shortcode. So we can highlight it, right click and click copy, or you can just hit copy here and it's going to copy it to your clipboard. Now what we need to do is go back to our website. So we're going to head to pages, We're going to click home, so you can see in this demo we've only got one page. Click edit with Elementor. We are using Elementor in this tutorial, so we need to edit it through Elementor. Okay, so this is the button. Now we cannot link the style of this button up. We have to use the shortcode and it's going to populate the button for us. That's the only downside to the plugin. It would be awesome if we could get a URL of some sort that we can just put into our link, and it's going to link through and take you through the actions that are required to allow a customer to order. But nonetheless, we are just using a shortcode. So within the section that you want to add this button, what we're going to do is head up to our 9 dots, and we are going to search for shortcode, like so. And there's a shortcode option there. We're going to click and drag that in underneath the button. Nothing is going to appear within the back end of our website, so it's going to look a little bit strange. But the key thing here is we need to select the shortcode box on the left hand side, right click, and then click paste. And it's going to copy our shortcode and paste it here like so. You'll notice that it's floating off to the side, which doesn't look ideal. So there is a fix for this. If you click on our container that's wrapping all of this information, and then on the left hand side under layout, go to horizontal align and go to center. Now you'll see that it hasn't moved to the center, which is fine. So now what we need to do is select the button. So this button or shortcode is spanning full width of the container, and the button is by default moving over to the left hand side. So what we can do is we can change the width of our button by clicking advanced. And what we're going to do is go down to positioning, and then where it says width, we're going to click inline, and there we go. That's going to bring it into the middle now. Now we don't want two buttons, so what we can do is right click this button above and then go down to delete, like so, and now we have this order now button. So let's hit update. Cool. And if we preview our changes, it's going to open it up into a new tab. Here we have our order now button. Let's hit that, and excellent, we are given our new ordering system menu, so the customers can choose order directly from your restaurant, you can then deliver it to them, or they can collect it, and you end up with a fully online transactional restaurant website for either yourself, your own restaurant business, or if you're a web designer, obviously for your clients. So there you go guys, hopefully you found that really useful. In the grand scheme of things, that actually didn't take very long, and I did manage to run you through it step by step. Now this plugin is incredibly capable, and we just covered a lot there, so now you'll be able to implement this into your own website and start taking and generating money online. Now if you enjoyed the video and found it useful, please do give it a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. Also let me know down in the comments how you're getting on. I always like to receive your messages and I answer as many of them as I can. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button, I'd really appreciate the support. Hit the bell notification as well and you'll be notified of future releases. There are also loads of other videos on this channel designed to help you up your website design game and improve your online business, so maybe you'll find those really useful as well. Go and check those out. So that's it from me now guys, I will see you in the next video. And I'm showing you today how to film, I can't even film a video. Gosh, can't get my words out today. It's an online order. Once you've finished here, your customers pricing. Struggling so much with the intro. Come on.